Asian Airlines are just superior. There, I said it. But let's find out why on today's flight. Our trip starts off here at Fukuoka Airport in Japan.
Hello. So today we will be flying on ANA's domestic flight in business class from Fukuoka Airport to Tokyo Haneda Airport on their 777-200. But we have a couple of minutes, so let's go check out the ANA domestic lounge, get some refreshments before we board our flight.
ANA's domestic lounge is accessible to those flying in business or premium class, Star Alliance Gold members, ANA Diamond members, or ANA Superflyer credit card holders. The lounge is quite spacious, clean, and has plenty of seating. It also has some pretty great views of the apron.
Alright, so this lounge for a domestic lounge is actually quite nice. It's bright, it's clean, it's open, there's lots of seating, everything that you would expect. But I will say that the food here is non-existent. Other than some rice cracker snacks, there is absolutely nothing to eat here. It is, however, the land of the beverages. So if you come thirsty, this is the place for you, but don't show up hungry. But anyways, let's get on with our flight and check it out.
And as we board our flight, I did want to mention that in Japan, you'll only need to show up 20 to 30 minutes before your flight. They also don't have any liquid limits for security on domestic routes, so you can bring liquids that are larger than 100 milliliters or 3.4 ounces with you on the plane, even through security. So things move much quicker here, and it isn't so much of a huge ordeal like it is in other places in the world. Our 777-200 today has a 232 configuration in premium and a 343 configuration in economy. Me and my boyfriend are sitting in premium seats 4A and 4C. Now let's take a quick look at these seats. The premium seats are leather and have a 50-inch roll pitch and a 22-inch seat width. Probably the best thing about them, though, is that they have a hard shell casing, meaning that you won't have to worry about people reclining onto you or about inconveniencing anyone behind you when you recline, because these seats have cushions that move forward instead of actually reclining. The seats don't have an IV, but if you download the ANA app beforehand, there is entertainment available on the app for free. The side of the armrest has seat controls as well as a headphone jack. Below the center armrest, each passenger has a USB-A port as well as a universal power port. Also, despite the fact that this is only a 2-hour flight, they provide you with slippers and a shoehorn so that you can get your shoes on and off easily. They even provide you with a small reusable bag so that you can take your slippers home after, which is extremely thoughtful of them. And of course, I do change into the slippers even though this flight is only 2 hours, because I am the type of person that will always wear slippers if I'm offered them. Let me know in the comments down below if you're a slipper kind of person too. I have to say though, my favorite part of these seats was this indicator, which flips over to let the FA know if you'd like to be left alone or waken up for meal service. It's simple but clever. Alright, it's now time for pushback and takeoff. One of the things I love about flights out of Japan is the fact that the ground crew always bows and waves to departing planes, regardless of weather or time of year. They do this as a sign of respect and appreciation to the passengers and to wish them a safe journey. I find it to be a very lovely and heartwarming tradition. Shortly after takeoff, the crew gets to serving meal service quite quickly. I take out the tray table, which is tucked inside the center armrest.
Alright, so this right here is why Asian Airlines are far superior to North American Airlines. So for a little bit of perspective, I recently took a flight with Delta. It was also a business class flight, about 2.5 hours, and there was absolutely no food on that flight, not even a sad little bag of Sun Chips. They did have beverages, but again, not a lick of food. Here, this is also a business class flight, just shy of 2 hours, so a similar type of flight. And, not only were there slippers, but there is a full meal spread here. I don't know why, but North American Airlines need to take note because they are just not living up to the standards that they have in the rest of the world.
At any rate, here's what the drink menu looks like. My favorite part of this menu, though, was how they had this diagram detailing everything that was in each section of the bento, which I also thought was quite clever. I started off with the miso soup, which is always very comforting. The first box contained so much it could have been a meal all on its own. It was filled with Japanese omelet, salt-grilled salmon, simmered in beef and ginger sauce, a shrimp cutlet, French beans with sesame, red cabbage and beet rape, and roast chicken with barbecue sauce. And because this is the meal that keeps on giving, the next box contained grilled chicken with yuzu chili sauce and baby corn. And finally, there was also a bowl of rice topped with crispy noodles, fish cakes, and snow peas. For dessert, there was a small sweet treat, these white apricot-flavored shortbread cookies. Everything was absolutely delicious. It certainly made up for the lack of food in the lounge at the airport. Now that meal service is complete, let's talk about these headphones. It's interesting that they give you headphones to use at all, considering there are no individual IFEs. I suppose they do provide some noise cancellation, and I guess you could also use them to watch what I'm going to refer to as community IFEs that they have up on the walls. Now, even though these seats were dated and there was no individual IFEs, Asian Airlines have some of the best service and catering in the world, and this flight was no exception to that. And because their service and soft product offerings tend to be exceptionally strong, it can often make up for a more dated hard product, which I found to still be more than sufficient for such a short flight. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as we deboard the plane now, let's talk about how much all this cost. A round trip between Fukuoka and Tokyo was 46,590 yen per person, which actually works out to be less money than taking the Shinkansen or train, and significantly less time as well. As always, thank you for joining me on board, and please do like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this one.